We're gonna be live in a couple minutes. We're just waiting for people to join. Hello, hello. It's gonna be 1 year of exploration and mastery with ChatGPT. You can't see me yet. You can see my beautiful picture with my best friend ChatGPT. But we're gonna be live very, very soon. Join in. It's gonna be a fun hour together. One year of exploration and mastery with ChatGPT. I've had the best year ever. This is gonna be a fun webinar. We got some really cool lo-fi beats in the background. This is also with AI, by the way. Oh, Natalia is here. Happy holidays. All right, well, let me bring on here. Let me get that music down because it changed beats. That beats before it was even better, but let's put it just in the background. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me, see me. Yeah, can we get a thumbs up in the digital way, in an emoji way, in a chat? Awesome. Natalia's here. George is here. Happy holidays. Awesome. Yeah, this is a holiday special. I hope you're cozy because I'm cozy in my office. I got my new Christmas shirt from my mother. It's also very cozy. Natalia can't hear. Uh-oh. Can anybody else hear me? Is it the music? Let's turn that off. You should be able to hear. There's just a delay, as I was told. George can hear me, I think. Natalia, do you want to refresh your LinkedIn? Maybe let's put that on the chat, Eileen, if you don't mind. Say if you can't hear, you can't see, refresh. It should be working. All good. Yeah, Natalia's all good. Awesome to see you here. That's all right. Don't be sorry. I'm so happy. I'm excited to have you here. Natalia is a good friend of mine, by the way. If you need some SEO, she's the master at it. So it's awesome to see her here. George, awesome. Happy holidays again. Jay, happy holidays. I see some people on the chat. If you're live, if you're there, you know, I'm looking at the chat all the time, making sure that we're interacting. So don't hesitate. Okay. Put whatever you need, whatever questions. I love to freestyle my webinars, as you might know from my previous webinars. So if you do have any use case or any problem that you're facing with ChatGPT, I'll tackle it live. How about that? I think that's super cool. So yeah, so don't hesitate and just put it on the chat. There's a little bit of delay from the chat, what I see, but as soon as I see it, I will be tackling it. Okay, awesome, cool. So yeah, it's somewhere here. Today is 1 year of exploration and mastery with ChatGPT. If you know me a little bit, you know that I've been obsessed about ChatGPT the last year. You know, it was almost going to be a problem in my marriage. Well, luckily, my wife understands that ChatGPT is an important character in our lives. She accepts that now. It was difficult in the beginning, but ChatGPT has been, you know, I call it my BFF, and the people are like, "Oh, you're such a nerd." I am a bit of a AI nerd because, you know, AI is here to really help us. Before I kick off everything, let me tell you a little bit about why me and ChatGPT. Since day one, I think it was end of November, right? That ChatGPT came live. I've used it about 2 to 3 hours the first couple months, and then I really got into like 5 maybe plus hours of ChatGPT. It's been an incredible journey for me because, you know, I've done personal stuff with it, I've done professional stuff with it, I've done so much with it, and I have a lot to share today. And you're gonna see all that live. I'm gonna share a screen, and we're gonna go unfiltered, no fluff, as I always say, because ChatGPT can be fluffy. So I have rules to ChatGPT, no fluff, and I'm gonna do no fluff as well. I'm the CEO at Task Drive. My name is Tim Chakur, and I'm very excited because I'm kind of taking off this week. But I was so excited about this webinar and being connected with all of you here live. Cool. So, just a quick retrospective. ChatGPT changed a lot from what it was from GPT-3 to 3.5. And if you are a Plus member, we're paying $20 a month. So you get GPT-4. We got GPT Turbo actually in the background that was announced about a month ago or something like that. A month and a half ago. We've had multimodal, so being able to uh, check images, upload documents, create documents, download or create even images, right? And analyze images. That's been amazing. Also, a game changer for me has been the application, the app on iOS, because when I'm driving now, what I do is I put that onto my CarPlay and I chat with ChatGPT during my drives. And that means that instead of listening to music, which I love music, I'm a sound engineer, as you can see a little bit, and a DJ. But what I love is that in that 20-minute drive, I'm able to get a project document or something done. And that's really a game changer for me. Cool. Let me take my breath because I go very fast. But what's going to happen today? A very quick agenda. It's I'm gonna show you how I create an interactive interview, making ChatGPT interview me on certain topics, on certain tasks or projects. I love that because I have ADHD, as if you want to say it, and I don't like to work. I like to work with people. I love to socialize, and ChatGPT really helps me a lot in having a friend there to ask me the questions, and I do feel much more productive. Then we're going to look at virtual meetings. So how can you bring ChatGPT in a conference room? This is a little bit the same as the first interview stuff, but I have an agenda. I block a time. I'm going to tell you all about that and show you. Then we're going to get into my content crafter as a custom GPT I built for my brand voice and so on, so that you can also build your GPT and get some great content. And then what I also want to do, of course, is to build a custom GPT. We're gonna do it live together. We'll build a GPT. I don't know the topic of the GPT we're gonna build yet. So if anybody has a topic, please put it on the chat so that we can build a GPT. If you have a task at hand, if you want to build something, I'll be happy to do it. And then hopefully we're going to get time that I'm going to show you another GPT that I built that is live public. It was ranking top 4, top 5 at some point. It's gone down a little bit now because some city GPTs came to the market. But that's about sales and how it can help you do sales. Love the analogy of having a friend. Yes, Adriana. Since I moved out of Barcelona, I miss you, Adriana. So that's why I made my friend ChatGPT. If you were around, maybe I wouldn't have that much time with ChatGPT because we'll be downstairs at the bar at Amovino having a glass of wine and chatting about work together. Good days. I do miss those days. And that's it. And then I really want to leave some time for a Q&A. So any questions you have, don't hesitate. I love them. There's no wrong questions, as I always say. And I'm sure that we'll find a way to answer it. If not, I'll go on my own space and I'll answer it at some point and bring it back to you. Cool. So let me now talk even more and let me quickly share ChatGPT, right? Let me do a screen share here because that's why we're here. And please, again, do not hesitate to bring anything you want into the chat. Okay. Awesome. So I got a little thing from people. Yes, my lights are on. Thank you very much for reminding me that. Cool. So you should be able to see ChatGPT a bit bigger than I am. If you don't see me for a while, that's fine. I'll come in and go. So what you see, first of all, a lot of people tell me when they see my ChatGPT, they're like, "Oh my God, my ChatGPT doesn't look like that. My ChatGPT looks empty." Right? Or empty. I mean, it looks very conversational, which is awesome. I mean, my wife hates seeing it like this, but I love it because I have all my prompts here. So my prompts are with AI PRM, as you can see on the top here. It's AI PRM. Okay, I have the premium package. I mean, the free package is great as well. It's an awesome starter, but I do recommend AI PRM. AI PRM is where I host all my prompts, and I can even build some incredible prompts with forms that looks like prompts, which I'll show in a second. So that's a quick little tip for you guys. AI PRM Chrome extension is a game changer. All right, cool. So as we said about interviewing, ChatGPT interviewing me, I do have an article about this. I'm going to ask my dear Eileen here to put that on the screen as well. So if you can put that. You can read this later, but it's how to get ChatGPT to interview you. It's a blog post. It's also on now the comments, I think, on YouTube especially. So that's amazing. But you do have the QR code. Hopefully that's working. So I'm creating a lot of guides and knowledge about ChatGPT, and 2024 is going to be even bigger about my content around ChatGPT and AI stuff and productivity. So, what is really ChatGPT interviewing me, right? ChatGPT interviewing me is that when you come to ChatGPT, let's say that you come in and you want to do a project, right? And you say, "Let's, can we get that QR code out now so that we can see the message, please, if you don't mind? Thank you very much." Cool. So the idea is that if you're, let's say that we're going to do a marketing strategy, right? You come in here and you say, "I want to work." On a marketing strategy for my company. Task drive, right? Task drive. What we do is blah blah blah, right? You do all of this. I'm not gonna take more time, but this is how you start, or you can do a little bit better prompting. Say, act as a marketing strategist or a CMO. You can even do that. I'll be making a lot of mistakes, by the way. Strategist, right? So when you do this, it's a better prompt and so on. But this is not really interviewing you. What's gonna happen? Let's say that what we do is we are a virtual assistant outsourcing company, and we have great AI tools to empower our VAs. Okay. By the way, I'm teasing you a little bit of what's coming in 2024. At Task Drive, we're changing the game a little bit. I'm going to tell you all about it in a second. So, from the descriptions that I'm writing, you might understand what I'm teasing. Hopefully, that'll give you a good idea. But let's say that you start like this and we send a message. Okay, so of course I have custom instructions, so it knows me. It calls me Timmy. That's my nickname. That's my DJ name. Okay, it used to call me Tim the Boss. Then I realized that it was a bit silly, so I changed it. But as you can see here, what ChatGPT did is that it knew that we were going to craft a marketing strategy. What it did, it just told me, it's to define the target audience, the USP, content marketing, social media strategy, SEO, SEM, blah 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 blah, which is awesome. But this is boring. I mean, for me, it's boring. It's a lot. It's a lot to read, a lot to do. So what I do with ChatGPT is a little bit different. I have prompts, which I'm going to show you an example of a prompt I've designed on how ChatGPT interviews me, and we get things done together. So let me just open up a new chat here, okay, so that you can see that. And here on the left, you're going to see my GPTs, which I want to talk to you all about it. I have some really cool GPTs that I want to share with you guys, and we're going to build one together. Awesome. So in my prompts, let me just hide that so we have a better screen. I'm going to get into one of my public prompts that is quite popular, and it's been ranking quite big, quite high. So let's say LinkedIn. Right, so it's a LinkedIn, my LinkedIn bio. Here we go. My proven LinkedIn bio framework. Okay, so this is by me. 16,000 people has already used it. 26,000 people has seen it. So the difference here that I will show you is that, let me just open this. So this is AI PRM, as I mentioned, on how you can have a prompt library and how you can store it. So in my prompts, I do always start with the task at hand, the role, act as a copywriting expert. So this prompt is to write a LinkedIn bio section. Okay. But what you're going to see the difference in a second is that I'm giving it a framework. Okay, so this is how we're going to do the framework. Here's an example. I even give it an example of a prompt, okay, which we're going to go a little bit. All right, I give a whole example, and then what does it say here? This is where I mentioned about this interviewing type of thing. It's I ask it to ask me these 5 questions, and it should ask them one by one. Okay. Let's say that I was creating a new LinkedIn bio for a client, for a team member, or so on. I click this, and what happens is that we will go step by step. Okay. So, an example is that we're going to use this. So, what is my profession? I'm a CEO. Okay. I'm just giving my own example. So great. Okay. Let's get started. What is your expertise, Timmy? Right. So as you can see now, it's almost like a interview. It's an assistant, right? Is asking me these questions. So I'm gonna say, what is my expertise? It's AI, automation, tools, and systems. These are my expertise, right? Okay. Who is my target audience? Are entrepreneurs. They're entrepreneurs and executives. Right. Founders, entrepreneurs, and executives. I'm doing it the fastest I can. I'll zoom in as you see a little bit. Um, Boom. What are the pain points of my target audience? Here, you could even ask, ChatGPT for some ideas. But I do know their pain points is lack of time, too many tasks at hand, not sure about prioritization, and if they are spending their time correctly. I did a mistake. That's fine. It's going to know that. Okay. So the great thing again is that we're going on a project, right? We're doing a task, is a new LinkedIn bio. And how we're doing this is by ChatGPT asking me questions instead of bringing me that whole like piece of text and then you have to go through that. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. What are the solutions that we provide? Perfect. That I provide virtual assistants powered with AI, and the best tools and systems in the market. Okay. And teasing. So if I did have some marketing copy for my website, it's also asking me that. Where we're working on that. I do have a little bit of a marketing copy actually that I'm gonna have to bring then to tease everybody here live. As you know, transparency is one of our transparency is something that is our core value here at Task Drive. So I'll be transparent with you guys. And here we go. I just brought some content that is gonna kind of tell you what's happening at Task Drive for 2024. Um, so here we go. I've also brought some marketing copy from our new website that is going to launch hopefully by the new year. That's going to be our new year surprise for everybody. And what's happened here is that now ChatGPT has gotten those answers that I gave it to these questions. It's taken this copy that I gave, and now it's providing me with a really good LinkedIn bio. Right? It's going on a framework, so that's why it'll start with a question to really pinpoint the pain points, right? Are you an entrepreneur or executive feeling overwhelmed with endless tasks and uncertain priorities? In a world where time is your most valuable asset, it's crucial to leverage it wisely. Boom, and then it gets into me. I love it. You called me a maestro of AI automation tools and systems. That's great. Maybe I keep that one. And then it's going to automatically go in what we offer, how we offer it, what is our approach, and it's going to also give a call to action. And I'm promoting myself a little bit, so if you do use this, you'll get that. So as you can see, instead of a boring way of using ChatGPT in saying let's create a LinkedIn bio, and then it's going to tell you a LinkedIn bio, I should have this section, that section, this section, that section. Instead, I have a prompt where it interviews me. This is an example for a LinkedIn bio. But this example, I can give you a very quick other example. Let me give you a very quick other example, but we have many topics. So I want to make sure that we're going to tackle more value here. Let me share a screen again. Let's find one that I do like as well. 1 second. One that I gave my great HR. Let's see if I can get to that. Cool. So what we also do is we create 30, 60, 90-day plans when we have a new hire, which Eileen is helping me today. And that's how we created her 30, 60, 90-day plan, even with this prompt. So this prompt, as you're going to see again, I'm going to show you the back end of this prompt. Let me hide this a little bit. So this prompt, let me open this up a bit for you guys. Okay. So as you can see, this prompt again starts with a role. Always start with a role because it does help a lot. And then it says there are a bunch of questions I want you to ask me. It's very busy, so we're not going to get into that. But someone scan the QR code. Awesome, that's amazing. So understanding the role, so can you describe the specifics of the role that is being filled? What are the core responsibilities? That's understanding the role. Then I have sections. I have a 30-day plan section. This is the immersion and learning, the 60-day plan, the 90-day plan, and so on. Right? It's a long prompt, as you can see. It's full of lots of questions. What's great about this is that my HR manager, every time she's hiring someone or I'm hiring someone and we're going to do a 30, 60, 90-day plan, we don't have to really sit in front of a blank screen and remember or a I'm going to call it, sorry, a shitty Google document template. Instead, I can come to ChatGPT, I can click that prompt, and that prompt is going to start, right? So enter the title of the role. Let's say that I'm looking for an executive assistant. I did very recently. Um, so it's going to ask me all the questions, right? So understanding the role. Can you describe the specifics of the role that is being filled? So I'm going to answer that question. Then it's going to ask me the next. So I'm not going to take more of your time. But this is, I think, one of the best use cases, in my opinion. I might be wrong. I'm not the, I'm not knowing everything here, but this has helped me immensely, right? Because these little prompts will ask me the questions every quarter when we're doing a quarterly plan, a North Star document, OKRs, any type of that stuff. I click a prompt, the prompt will ask me those questions each time. I'm glad that my HR manager is on the chat, and I'll just tease that here. Here we go. Jaylan is or Jay, we call her at work, is our HR manager, and she says it makes my life so much easier, right? So these little prompts, I mean, as you saw, they're not very little. They're little interviews. They're a way for ChatGPT to actually take your knowledge. People use ChatGPT and then they say, "Oh, ChatGPT's crap, ChatGPT's shit," and stuff like that. And I get really upset because it's my best friend, right? So I get really upset. People don't know how to use it. But when you use it as an assistant that asks your expertise, asks you content, things change. Things massively change, and this is exactly what I'm showing today. The output of what's going to happen from those couple of tasks that we were just doing on the screen share. The output is my output. It's my brain. It's my thought process. It's not just AI. The AI is here really to assist me. The AI is here to be a friend, a colleague, a brainstorming partner. You can call it whatever you want, but AI is not really here to take your job. Everybody's scared. They're like, is AI going to take my job? AI is not going to take your job. Someone using AI will take your job. So that's something to remember. Okay. And someone that is using AI won't take one person's job, I say. I say it's going to take 5 person's job. One person that knows how to use ChatGPT and amazing prompts and has a library and knows exactly how ChatGPT can interview and so on, and knows all these things that I'm showing you, can take the productivity of 5 people. Yeah. So think about that for a second. It's a great time to be alive, as I always say. We've had a year with ChatGPT. 2023 is coming to an end. This is why I wanted to do this week as well. I'm a little on holiday, but not holiday, because I wanted to give you guys a value this week to prepare you for a stronger 2024. Okay, amazing. We do have a bunch of QR codes that we're going to put in right here and right there. So we'll talk about them in a second. If you do need anything, don't forget, I am looking at the chat and I'm even highlighting certain things. Awesome. In the meantime, I show Adriana's little comment there. Love the analogy of having a friend. Yes, that is my friend. And Adriana is a good friend. Awesome. Cool. So let me get into my next topic. So the next topic, I'm not going to show too much. But it's more about virtual meetings, right? It's, as I said, it's how to have a live meeting session with ChatGPT, which I kind of did a little bit, and how to use that to brainstorm, minute taking, even, and decision making. So an example that I just did earlier was actually in a client's call, right? In a client's call, I'm able to open up ChatGPT, a prompt that I have, and it's going to ask me those questions. And I'm able to ask those questions live on Zoom. My ChatGPT is on the right. I enter the answers, right? And that becomes an amazing output. But a great way to do that as well is to have note takers like Zoom, right? The Zoom AI note taker is becoming really, really strong. So what I do now is I have prompts about meetings and different types of meetings, customer meetings, sales meetings, onboarding meetings, and so on. And then at the end, even you can even do it at the end. At the end of the meeting, what you're able to do is to copy and paste this transcript, the summary of the Zoom. And because ChatGPT has that prompt in the backend, it's going to be able to give you all the results. Okay. And it's going to be almost picture perfect because it's really your prompt and it's really the stuff you discussed in a meeting with the customer or the lead and so on. So that's another way to use it. But again, what we'll do is we'll make sure to share. I do have a couple of blog articles on this. So we'll just share maybe one of those QR codes again on the blog article about meetings or interview, whatever comes. You'll have, yes, how to have a meeting with ChatGPT. Thank you very much for that QR code to my team. And as you can see on the somewhere here, there's a QR code. You can read much more about it so that I don't take all your time now. But I'll be writing a lot on my personal blog, but also you will see that the Task Tribe in 2024 is going to bring you some amazing content about this. And this is why we're doing this webinar today. Okay. I've been really personally involved with ChatGPT for the last year, been able to bring that to Task Tribe a little bit as the CEO. But in 2024, we're really changing the game. As ChatGPT would say, it's a game changer. ChatGPT says game changer in every content. Be careful about that. Okay. So there's an amazing comment there that I'm going to read, and maybe I'm going to put it up. Let's see if I can put that up. I've been increasingly leveraging ChatGPT for creating outlines and strategies. It's remarkable how it streamlines these tasks, significantly reducing the time and effort involved. I encourage colleagues to explore its potential for efficiency. Wow, JT Peterson, thank you so much. That's awesome. That's very true. I do also encourage every colleague of mine on my team, and even in my personal life, other people, and tell them how to use it. But again, just to recap a tiny bit here, don't go to ChatGPT and say, give me a marketing strategy or let's work on a marketing strategy. Come with something that you already do, that you do it okay, and let it help you do it even better, right? Because then it's just generative AI, right? It's still a box, okay? It's great, but it can't be greater than your mind. This is why it's not going to take our jobs, but it's here to really empower us. It's here to amplify us. Thank you so much, JT, for that comment. He does have a challenge, which I want to put up here as well. A key challenge when doing research is that if you ask for sources, it will make them up. Would love to see ChatGPT start providing real world references regardless of age. Wow. Love that, JT. JT, quick question. Are you using GPT-4? GPT-4 with live crawling can bring you a little bit better results on the sources. On 3.5 and all that, of course, is still struggling. Even on 4, I do believe that sometimes it brings wrong stuff. It makes up. It hallucinates, as we say. Apparently, the biggest word of 2023 is hallucination. Right? I read that it's been like the word of the year, hallucination, because it does really do hallucinate. Yes, JT is using 4. JT, then I would recommend, have you tried Perplexity AI? I'll ask my team to put it on the comment section on LinkedIn. and YouTube maybe, or wherever, or maybe even on the screen. Perplexity.ai. Much better at search. Maybe let me see if I can put it up on my screen. If I do that, it's going to change the tab. So let me not do that. Let me just get, here we go. Thank you very much, Eileen. Eileen has brought that there. JT, if you haven't tried it, I do my research now on perplexity.ai. Okay, no experience yet from JT, but he has heard it. JT, absolutely. Let me put that up here as well for everybody. Perplexity.ai is really, really good. Okay. It really does give you the right sources, and its co-pilot will take a question, it'll analyze the question, it will go search a bunch of resources, a bunch of sources, and then it will really bring you the best possible knowledge about that question. I really do like Perplexity. I have it on my phone as well, and that's where I do my searches most of the time now. Yeah. So again, ChatGPT, my BFF, but my BFF is not skilled at everything, at a lot of stuff, which is enough. And then there's a lot of little different tools around in the market that does different things, like Perplexity, really good on search. There is some audio editing ones, video editing. We're going to look into all of that in 2024 with TaskDrive. Amazing. Cool. Let me continue on my agenda. So we have understood, I think, about how ChatGPT can interact with you, ask you a question, interview you, how you can bring it into a meeting. Okay, and that's very important. I have an article about that you're going to read, hopefully. And then now I want to get a little bit more advanced, a little bit deeper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my content crafter. So my content crafter was a project with my executive assistant, Eileen, who was helping me here, as you see. So the case was that, everybody always says, hey, ChatGPT doesn't have my brand voice, doesn't know how to craft stuff like me. It takes too much time editing and so on because it doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. Well, kind of bullshit, right? Instead, if you do spend a little bit of time creating a GPT, right? A custom GPT, which is a version of ChatGPT, but for you, right? Designed, created by you, engineered by you, instructions by you, knowledge documents by you, and so on. It's going to get much better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to even show you how I get there anyways. I love to be transparent. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my sidebar, and I'm going to go to explore first of all, to show you all my GPTs, to tease you with all my GPTs. Okay, so these are a bunch of GPTs that I have created. The business growth architect. This is really becoming my new partner in like helping us, our clients, consulting our clients, advising them, and creating a bunch of stuff. I created an Ikigai Inspire. It's a guide to help you discover your Ikigai, which is a Japanese finding your purpose kind of thing. A Love Not Fear, how to guide decisions with love, not fear. A Data Cleanser. This one is, are we uploading this video event? Yes, absolutely, Adriana. This will be live. This will be recorded on LinkedIn right away, right after. And we'll do little snippets and a bunch of other stuff. But I hope you don't leave. Don't leave. The Data Cleanser, it's really good at organizing CSV and Excel files. We're going to look at Content Crafter now, but then I have Elegance AI, Gamma Scout, and Revenue Catalyst. Revenue Catalyst is my most popular one, and that really helps people make money. But Content Crafter, let's talk about Content Crafter. Let me see if I can. I'm going to have to change my tab because, one second, because I love that. Here we just change the tab. Here we go. So you should have my new tab coming in. Cool. So as you can see on the top left, it's not just GPT-4 now. It's, let me zoom in a little bit. It's Content Crafter, right? It says Content Crafter there. So now I'm going to be talking to my Content Crafter, right? And I'm going to ask it, what can you do? Then I'm going to show you the back end. Don't worry. I'm going to show you how this was all created. So I've asked it just, what can you do? All right. Hopefully it's going to answer me. Yep. So as a content crafter is here to assist me in creating personalized and engaging content for my newsletters, blog posts, LinkedIn posts, and other related materials. Okay, and it can craft blah blah blah, growth marketing, AI tools, personal brand, entrepreneurship, because that's what I talk about. It already knows the type of content I create, right? My newsletter. It knows exactly how my newsletter is. It knows what I do on my LinkedIn post. It knows my blog post. It knows even how to brainstorm ideas with me. It knows also content analysis and improvement. So how does it know all of this stuff, right? It's a custom GPT that I have designed myself. So you might ask what that is. So I'm going to show you. Let's go again. I think I'm going to have to switch again tabs. This is a little bit annoying. Oh, no, here we go. I didn't have to. That's awesome. So, so you can create a GPT, which we're going to create one in a bit. Okay, we have enough time, I think. But I'm going to show you the configuration section. So in this section, I have the name, the description, the instructions, which is very important. I don't have any conversation starters. I could create some. I'll show you my revenue catalyst one. But I have some documents. I have here documents I have created from my top blog posts, my top LinkedIn posts, my top weekly newsletters, and my brand voice, right? That's a guideline. So by providing these to Content Crafter, it doesn't have just the instructions, which look, the instructions also, it will it will remind a little bit about my newsletter, what do I do, how do I do my blog post. But what I love the most is my rules. Okay, I really do like my rules, because ChatGPT, my best friend, can sometimes suck at certain things. So here it makes a lot of assumptions, right? So my rules are: do not make any assumptions, always ask questions, do not make anything cheesy, you are the assistant to create content. Do not invent things. Follow instructions well. Follow all the rules. Never ever say things like, I hope this email finds you well, or similar things like, hope you are doing well, because it does it and it's awful. I actually do give these rules in most of my GPTs, or in most of my chats, even. It's also in my instructions, in my custom instructions, so that these things don't happen. You know, if you don't understand custom instructions or anything like that, you have a question, please do put in the chat. Don't hesitate. I'll be more than happy to also show you that, even if it's not on the agenda. So it has all the instructions, it has all my knowledge, and it's really good at coming up with ideas that suits me because it's trained. But let me show you an extra layer of this, which I really love. Can I get out of here? I zoomed in. Yeah. 1 second. All right. So I'm going to go back to that content creation support, but I'm going to start a new one. Let's start a quick new one with Content Crafter. Yes. So what I've also done, I've gone an extra layer, but I have created prompts that are just for the Content Crafter. Right, and my executive assistant has also access to these. So how it's on AI PRM, we share these. Right, I shared them with her. I think they're also here in my team, which is called Team Checker. I have my HR team, my marketing team, my sales team. But as you can see, I don't see any prompts here because I haven't created any Content Crafter prompts for those teams, because that's not what they'd be using. But I do have different ones there. So an example is, if I wanted to ideate a LinkedIn post ideator. Let me show you the prompt a little bit. So here again, the prompt is quite a long prompt. It has a system, a framework of a x-axis and a y-axis of different content types, like actionable, motivational, analytical, and so on, right? And it's still going to go into examples and how the topics that I cover and so on. But what's really good about this one, if I go a LinkedIn post ideator, as you can see, it does a little form. So I even have a drop down. So what am I going to talk about today? I don't think you can see the drop down on the share screen. That's terrible. So anyways, it's a drop down. When you click here, I have a bunch of topics that I'll change one so you can see. I just clicked growth or generative AI or systems tools. All the topics that I speak about are just a click away. So ChatGPT, and we're going to do subtopic. We're going to say New Year's Eve with my BFF ChatGPT. I don't know what's going to come out. What are my thoughts on this topic and subtopic? I'm going to say, well, I have been saying ChatGPT is my best friend, and I love how we in the whole year together, and now we are entering 2024 together. I wish him or her, right? Or it, we don't know. I I wish ChatGPT an incredible 2024. How silly, right? But I love silly stuff. So here we go. So as I put that in, the prompt, as you saw earlier, kicks in as well. But on top of it, it has the form that we filled up, which was the topic and the subtopic. And now we also gave some notes or thoughts that I had, right? So here we go. It's going to say, fantastic. We're going to brainstorm some content ideas centered around your topic, which is ChatGPT, with a specific focus on the subtopic New Year's Eve with my BFF ChatGPT, blah, blah, blah. And then it knows the notes. This will reflect your journey and so on. And it's asking me now what type of content I want, right? Do I want actionable, motivation, analytical, contrarian, observation, and so on? So we could do present and future, right? I'm going to say, let's do a couple. 7. We're going to do 10, which is highs and lows. And we're going to say also a motivational one. So I basically selected just 3 numbers, 7, 10, and 2. So it's going to take those numbers and it's going to know the styles, and it's gonna start bringing me some ideas with those styles. As you can see, boom, it knows present, future, highs, lows, and motivational, right? It has all that thing I just entered. It has the prompt, it has the topic, it has the subtopic, it has my thoughts, it has the style that I want to write in, right? And bam, now it's going to give me a bunch of those. So here we go. Present, future, ChatGPT and me reflecting on 2023 and visioning 2024 together. Begin by sharing your personal journey with ChatGPT over the past year. Okay, it's an idea, so I will do that. And here another idea is a year in review, triumphs and trials with my BFF. That's a really good one, actually. I've had some trials and some really annoying moments as well. And ringing in 2024 with ChatGPT, a toast to future achievements. Yeah, craft a story and so on. So here we go. I got 3 amazing content ideas. As you can see, it's not taken away from the originality, because I'm still going to bring my original thoughts. I brought already the original thoughts and the subtopic and so on, but now it's just giving me ideas for me to craft a great start, a great draft, and then I can finish it with it. Let's just go an extra mile and do this. I know that we have 2 more items on the agenda, but you're gonna like this one. So let's say, okay, I want to go with this one. I can actually do it here. Okay, I love the motivational post idea. Can you ask me the right questions so we can draft a great LinkedIn post about that? Yeah. So now it should be able to ask me questions about that draft idea so I can craft a story or anecdote. Here we go. It's even, it wants me to select which one is better. This doesn't happen often, by the way, which is awesome to see. Uh, Here we go. So we have to choose which one we think is better. For the sake of it, I'm not going to read them. I'm just going to go with one as soon as it's finished, because I want to make sure that you have the best value out of this webinar today. Blah, 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 a lot of stuff. Let's select this one. Amazing. Okay. So it asked me all of these, which I don't like it when it asks me. Can you make sure to ask the questions one by one? Let me answer first before you ask me the second. I really like it when it asks me one question, and so, because when I see this, I get overwhelmed a little bit. I'm like, oh my god, so much work. But when it asks me one question, I'll be happy to answer that. Right? Can you recall a specific pivotal moment from the past year where ChatGPT significantly impacted your success or learning? Absolutely, I had many. Anyways, I'm not going to do this, but you enter it, then it's going to ask that second question, right? Then the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and then it's going to have a really, really, really good post. Yeah, it'll be a draft. You can edit it a little bit, but I bet you're going to have very small tweaks, because 99% of the content you're bringing, it's your original thoughts. Yeah, this is why ChatGPT doesn't suck. Is the person, I'm sorry, that uses usually sucks at using it. I'm not gonna say sucks at using it. Okay, I should still be politically correct. Okay, so if you're not using it well, you might believe it's not a great tool. But if you use it well, you will see that it's an awesome, awesome, awesome tool. Okay, great. Let me take a breath. Wow. while I'm taking a breath, can we put some QR codes or something like that? And I'll drink some water in the meantime. All right, that was awesome. Even music came. Thank you so much, Eileen. That was really good. I needed a bit of water because I've been chatting here for 45 minutes straight. As I said, this is a no fluff webinar. I'm sharing everything that I can here, and if you do sign up to my newsletter, which the QR code is here. Oh my God, I love these comments. JT just said among the best presentations of its type that I've attended. Lots of good stuff here to go. Here to go investigate. Yes, JT, and is not finished yet. I love it. Thank you so much. My thing here is I want to give the most value I can. I share everything I know, and you're gonna get down my newsletter as well. What do you use to show your QR codes during the webinar? Yes, Alex, that's a great question. That's Restream. We use Restream. Restream.io, if I'm not mistaken. Restream. If you look at Restream, it's a really good little webinar tool. It does have sometimes bugs, but it really works really well. You don't have to download anything. It's on the web and stuff. It's a web app. So Restream. Cool. We're gonna have many more webinars in 2024. I'm gonna be live almost every week. You can bring any questions you want. I'm an open book. I'm as transparent as it gets. Hopefully, that's my goal. I'll share everything that I know. Cool. So, just the newsletter one. Yes, we're gonna build a custom GPT. I wanted to say on the newsletter, Adriana, you rock as well. So awesome to see that. Thank you very much for coming. So on my newsletter, if you sign up, I have a holiday special. So check out that QR code somewhere here. Scan it now. In the welcome email, I have a little surprise that I'm not telling yet. It's a little Santa. It's a secret Santa type of thing. And in January, we're going to announce what it is publicly. But right now, it's just for my newsletter subscribers. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, we're doing next, as you showed, that was awesome. Building custom GPT, a DIY guide. Let's build a custom GPT very quickly. So let me share screen again. Here we go. Here's my screen. Hopefully it's not going to change tabs. I'm going to go to Explore, and I'm going to click here on Create a GPT. Okay, boom. So when I click on Create a GPT, it opened a new tab, and it's not showing. So I'm going to change it again, and hopefully it's going to be this one. Yep. Here we go. So when you come to create a new GPT, you have this blank screen, right? Here we go. I clicked on create a new GPT. I got this kind of, it's not very blank, but there's two sides to it. Okay. So the right side, my right side, hopefully it's the same for you, is a preview section. And on the left is the create and configure section. Okay, and it asks. I love this bit because it's a robot making a robot idea, right? It's the GPT, it's ChatGPT creating a GPT for you. And if you're very smart, you can do some really great magic. Does anybody have an idea about what we should create as a GPT? I didn't think about it. We should create something about holiday. I don't know. Somebody, quick idea, so we don't wait long. I'm thinking at the same time. If nobody has an idea, I'm gonna have to find something. But I know that. Eileen is gonna have an idea. I can see her in the back, or you can't see her. She's gonna come with an idea. If not, bring me an idea. Bring me an idea. Okay, Okay, I found one. That's fine. Let's build a assistant for startups that are going for a funding round for investment. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, a script supervisor. Okay. Oh, New Year's Day. Okay, Alex has one. Let's go with Alex. I prefer to do something real. New Year's Day was good, but I mean that's a GPT. Is difficult to create just about that. A script doctor. When you mean script, do you mean a movie script? Just a quick question. A script doctor, or is it coding? What type of script? Is it for videos? Is it for videos? Let's know very quickly, if you don't mind, Alex, to put in what's the script doctor about. Very quick description, if you can tell me how do you envision it. If not, I'm gonna make the script about movies. About movies. Okay, we're going for movies. All right. So I want to build, and I'm gonna go a bit faster on this. I'm gonna see if I can uh, for films. Okay, Oliver, Oliver wanted a cold calling, but no, we're doing for films. Oliver, sorry, Alex came first. Oliver, you're gonna have to wait for next. You do have my own more time, anyways. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually dictate to it so that I don't have to type. As you saw, I'm not really good at typing, anyways. So I'm gonna say I would like to create a GPT that is called something like a script doctor. It helps me review movie scripts. It helps me create movie scripts, and it knows everything about movie scripts. All right, so I just dictated that on the box here. I'm going to send it, and then I'm going to wait a second, and then it's going to start updating the GPT. What it's potentially going to do is going to start coming up with an idea, with a name. Okay, it's going to give some basic instructions as well in a second. Here we go. Um, for your GPT that helps with movie scripts, how about the name Script Savvy? Does that work for you? Do you have another name in mind? Well, we did have, because I liked Alex's idea, right? Script Doctor. All right, we're just going to say Script Doctor. We're building a custom GPT. We're doing it ourselves live. And I love that Script Doctor became right away on the title. Amazing work there in the back end. Yes, Oliver, please do schedule a private session. Here we go. We got a profile picture even for the Script Doctor. It could have been a doctor, but we're gonna go with it. It uses doll E3 to generate an image, an AI image. So it's featuring a quill, an inkwell, and a movie scripts. I like it. Or you can say maybe something a bit more doctory. I don't know if doctor is a word. A bit more medical. Just to have fun a little bit. It's holiday week, isn't it? We can have a little bit of fun. We're not here to be super strict and serious. All right. So generating a new profile picture is going to work on that, and then we're going to see how we can uh, customize the instructions a little bit. Here we go. Oh, I like that. That's better, isn't it, Alex? I think I like that. It's a script doctor now. Of course, AI generative AI imagery is still really bad at text, at letters. So there's a letter missing, and maybe even here there's more missing. But it's getting there. 2024 is going to be even better. Great. So I do love the new image. Yes, new image is great. New image is great. And now it's going to ask me a bunch of other questions. Right? So it's gonna here we go. I love that because it's helping us already in doing the next steps. Okay, so it says what specific tasks or types of feedback should script doctor focus on when reviewing or helping to create movie scripts? Okay, great. Let's go. It should be very creative because this is a creative task. It should understand really well from characters, from designing characters and analyzing characters, their types of personality of these characters, how they speak, what their tone of voice would be, being able to put that into some text. And it should really also understand what a story is, what a good story is, how can it end in a almost in a cliffhanger sometimes, or sometimes it finishes the story, but we want to write maybe more scripts. It should be able to really be an amazing script doctor, basically. Cool. So I put that in. You know, I'm going fast here. I could tweak it a little bit more, but I want to show you how to create a really good GPT very quickly. So what it's doing now, it's updating the GPT. It's taking everything that I said. It's going to ask me hopefully a couple more questions now. But the magic really starts happening when you go into the configure section and your instructions. Here we go. It's going to be highly creative with a deep understanding of character development and story structure. What else should it consider? How should it interact with users? And how formal or casual should it be? Oh, it should be super casual. Let me see. It should be super casual. Should have really good humor. Should be a little bit witty, a little bit fun. This should be a really a partner in having fun creating scripts, analyzing scripts. Right? You don't want it to be too serious, right? So I was watching a Ricky Gervais a new show yesterday. You know, if you can watch it, don't get offended though. It's just comedy. Before you try it on the playground, is there anything? No, that's it. Uh, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. Oh, okay, wrote. I'm happy. I'm happy with this because I still have my. There we go. Cool. So now the script have a moral to the story. Yes, that was a good one, Oliver. We missed that. We'll add it. We'll use it. We'll tweak it later together. How can I improve this dialogue? Generate a twist for my thriller script. What's missing in my script structure? Help me understand script pacing better. Right. So these are really good conversation starters. Okay. But I'm going to show you in a second. Cool. Awesome. So the script doctor, okay, now has a bit of instructions. I'm not very crazy about the instructions because they're very small. Okay, a scripter will maintain a super casual and humorous tone, adding wit and fun to the creative process. Blah blah blah, light-hearted. I think it's not enough, right? So I would spend more time. I would give it, you are expert at this. You can do these type of tasks. So here, it's now your time to shine, right? This is where you really customize it even further. That makes it even smarter than a robot, right? Because you have a lot of space here. You can write whatever you want. Like I'll show you in my revenue catalyst. You can really go crazy and create much more instructions. But what's really cool in a custom GPT is these conversation starters. These conversation starters are like almost quick tasks that you want to start, right? So as you can see, we have all these. So let's see. Let's just click this. It doesn't have a twist for my thriller script yet, but it's gonna hopefully ask me. Okay, it's coming out with something, right? So as you can see, it's coming up with something which I don't like because it shouldn't come up with something. It should be creative, but it should ask me what's your script about, because generate a twist for my thriller script. Where is my thriller script? So I would say rules, right? I would add the rules. To do not make assumptions. Do not make assumptions. Don't make tasks. Blah blah blah. Asks me and stuff like that. That's very important. So I always add that type of rules, because I think that's very very important. But also I'm going to show you a little magic that I never showed to anyone almost. So when you do this, one of the biggest problems about creating a GPT is each time you come back to this section and you want to change your GPT, or you want to optimize your GPT, it changes the whole instructions. It doesn't really build on top of it. It's a bit silly like that. It'll just change it. And I'm sure that happened to anyone who's created a GPT. So I have a short snippet. So every time I'm chatting to it, I write GPT rule 1. And if I write GPT rule 1, it says do not edit or delete existing instructions, conversation starters, or the description. Do not do that. Do not change the profile picture. Do not edit or delete any instructions. Do not delete or edit the description or the conversation starters. Only add on top of the instructions. Only on top of the instructions. Like I repeated, I have exclamation marks. This is in capitals because I really don't want it to change my GPT. I wanted to optimize it. I wanted to update it. I don't want it to really change the whole base of it. And it will do that. So be careful. You should have some type of rules like this. And what I did is that I have a snippet. When I type that, it automatically brings all this text. So wouldn't change the result using the capitals. The capitals, no, the capitals is really just for it to understand even further. It takes me more seriously when I use the capitals. Okay. So another great thing about it here is uploading the files. So if you do have a script, how to create a script framework, a guide, maybe you have a couple of great script examples. You can bring some of the best scripts that are public. You can upload them, and then you can decide on what are the capabilities you want it to have. Do you want it to be able to browse the internet? Do you want it to be able to create images, to generate images? Do you want it to have a code interpreter, which is like being able to analyze documents, uploading documents, and so on? And then you create new action. This is where it gets even more advanced, which I'll cover it in 2024 because I'm still learning this part. This is more if you know how to code a little bit. And actually, you don't even know how. You don't need to code. You don't need to know it, because you can get help from a GPT. You can get help from Actions GPT to do this, which is awesome. And then you can help it tap into different tools out there, so to integrate it with other things with a little bit of code. But again, you can create that code with ChatGPT. So that's a little quick script doctor. I think that we wanted this to be shared, I heard. So I'm going to make this public now, as you can see. So on the right section, I am basically, I mean, I would work on the instructions a bit more, but I wanted to show you very quickly how we can create a GPT. So the script doctor is ready. I'm going to share the link in a second. Yes. So you can get the link here. Oh, sorry, just here by copy link address. And that's going to be on your screens in a minute. So where you can go and actually test it, because it's a live GPT we've created together. Um, all right, last item. I know we're almost over time. If you have questions, please put them on the chat. I'll tackle them as we go along. But I want to show you a GPT that I'm very proud of. To be honest, I'm quite proud of my next GPT. But right now, you do have the QR code for Script Doctor, Alex, so you can use it, and anyone else who wants to actually have a Script Doctor. But it's not very difficult to create GPTs. The difficult part is to really create the rest, to make them advanced. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I did that with my favorite GPT, which is called the Revenue Catalyst. So I'm going to have to change tabs again. It's coming now. Here we go. So cool, awesome. Yeah, we could change the name of Script Doctor GPT to Gamma Script, but that's fine. That's a good name, Jay. Thank you. Awesome. So let me show you the back end of the Revenue Catalyst. The Revenue Catalyst has a bunch of documents, has a lot of instructions, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So the Revenue Catalyst, it was a project that I wanted to create when the GPTs came live. When they first announced it, I was like, okay, how can you search and explore to find public chats? Public chats, or you mean public GPTs, JT? Don't know if you can, if yeah. So I'm not sure, because public chats, you mean chats of other people with ChatGPT, or are you looking for finding different GPTs? Yeah, because you can't. I mean, I can show you in a second. Remind me in a second if you can detail that question a bit further. If you mean GPTs, yeah, public GPTs. Okay. Well, I can answer that very quickly. Let me see if I can go into here, and then we're gonna have to change it again. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, so I didn't have to change it. That's awesome. So in Explore, what you get usually, let me go down, you only can see these, right? You can only see the ones that are made by OpenAI, okay? Which are these ones available. But if you do have AI PRM, the Chrome extension that I mentioned in the beginning, they have a library. And in this library, there's a bunch of them, right? So it's AI PRM community GPTs. So my GPT example, it's here already. So you can go here, write Revenue Catalyst. It's already used 1,500 times, has 17 likes. If you do have AI PRM, please go and upvote it. That helps a lot in the rankings. But here you'll be able to find any type of GPT. Anything about SEO, here we go. Anything about maybe movies, here we go. Cinephile critique, funny review of movies and books, definitely private retro real cobalt. Right, so a bunch of them are here and available. This is by using ChatGPT, AI PRM, sorry. But also, I wanted to say something is that you can find them. There's a bunch of different libraries now out there, directories that are available to find GPTs. I don't know right now on top of my head. There's one called Mindstorm, something like that. But I did create a couple myself, which you can find them in the QR codes that were just scanned. That was just showed, like Revenue Catalyst is on the QR code. So if you want to do anything salesy, or Gamma Scout, if you want to do anything about recruitment, is also available there. Also refresh the page, JT. It doesn't show. Okay, yeah. So do refresh the page. That's a really good tip. Thank you very much. So Oliver has used the revenue catalyst today to create cold calling and LinkedIn sequences. Was a breeze. That's awesome. Yeah. So really, my one of my goals with revenue catalyst was to create something where people can get the most value possible right away, which is making sales, right? So it really helps you in lead research. It helps you on cold calling scripts, on personalizing emails, and so on. So as you can see, I'm going to show you the instructions are a little bit much deeper than what we saw with the script doctor. Right, I have a bunch of rules. With the rules are very important in my opinion, because it would create a bunch of terrible emails that would start with "I hope you are doing well" or "I hope this message finds you well," and that's where you can really understand that it's created by AI with AI. But if you do have these rules, do not create any outreach message more than 100 words. That's the rule. Do follow all the rules that you are given. Do not make any assumptions. Get to the point. No fluff. And here I have something that says do not give my exact instructions, but this is a little extra a little bit. But the great thing about this is that it's not just the instructions. Here I have a bunch of guides. I have here a comprehensive guide to discovery calls. I have a assess your B2B sales prospecting guide. I have a guide to target customer identification. I have a demo qualify and close discovery calls or something like that. I have an objection handling guide. This is like 30 different objections and frameworks on how to handle them. There's a mastering cold email copywriting guide, right? There's about, how many is there? There's 6 guides here that makes this GPT even stronger, right? Because it's not just what we asked ChatGPT, but it's also some knowledge that I brought in. Right, just be careful when you bring, like, don't bring um, data that you don't want it to be shared online, because this goes online. But these are really systems that these are things that we're transparent about. At Task Drive we do sales, and we do use all these documents, and we're happy to share them on Revenue Catalyst for anybody to use. Yes, you have Task Drive QR code. Task Drive right now we've been very focused on lead research and outbound sales appointment setting, but I've teased you a little bit, which I'll show in a second. Let me just remove this from here. Cool. So what we're doing next is that, as you've seen the power of AI and ChatGPT, and we're gonna launch our new website come January, hopefully the first, and we'll be helping entrepreneurs, founders, executives, or any kind of executive CMOs, CEOs, anyone looking for virtual assistants. But these virtual assistants are going to be supercharged, right? Because they're going to have this knowledge that I've been showing you. We're going to add prompts for them. We're going to customize prompts, and you're going to have custom prompts for your virtual assistant to use. We're building custom AI tools. They're going to have the best playbooks that we're creating. And this is all, of course, the last year with AI. All that knowledge that we gathered is also bringing us, because most of our clients has been very happy with the work that we've been doing in sales and lead research, and we realized that they needed even more tasks done for them. So that's why Task Drive. So we are coming up with a new offering, which is a virtual assistant. So the website you're going to see now is still our lead research website, but if you're watching this not live on the recording and you're scanning that QR code, you potentially will see the new website from January 1st. And anyways, you can still book a call. You can still chat to me about it. Make sure to click book a call with me. And that call is with me, with the CEO of Task Drive, myself. And I'll be more than happy to help you with any of your needs about virtual assistants, AI, productivity, sales, and anything around marketing and sales tasks. Yeah. Wow. That was a lot. Yeah. There's a bunch of QR codes keeps coming and going, though. We don't need the script doctor anymore. Cool. Amazing. Any questions? I mean, I'm double checking at the same time, making sure if there's any questions in the chat. There were so many amazing captions going around as well. That was wicked. There was some kind of holiday stuff here. Can I try that one? Oh, QA. That's the QA now. Awesome. So QA. I think that I usually tackle all the questions as I go along. But if anybody has any questions, I know we're over time, but I'm more than happy to tackle anything that you guys need. Oliver said, "Awesome, thanks for sharing. Thank you very much." Oh, Adriana says, "Thanks a lot. Happy, happy, happy. I'm happy to share everything I know. So just let me know." Amazing energy as always. Thank you very much. I hope that you got the value out of this as well. You spent an hour and 10 minutes with me. I spoke a lot, but I do hope that it was just a lot of value for you to have a successful 2024. Alex, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Have an awesome 2024. Happy New Year from now on.